Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another course spotlight video for PGA Tour 2K21. Before I get into the course and what we'll be playing today, I do want to go over some TGC Tour news because the settings have actually been finally solidified for Season 8. There was a bunch of test events, but the decisions were made for what the new settings are going to be moving forward. So I want to go over those with you, depending on the flight that you're in. You can adjust your settings to those so that you can begin practicing for Season 8. Now, there is an actual adjustment that you need to make in the settings. Not the difficulty, but the settings, and I'll go over that with you today as well. That way, you're just not playing at a disadvantage. So, the settings are as follows. You got Pro Swing difficulty, swing timing's on. All this stuff kind of stays the same. Distance control meters off, no putt preview. Course yardage is moving to book only. So that is something that you are going to have to adjust as well. All the ProVision stuff is off as always. Scout camera is UI off. And the difference between Challenge Circuit and the Pro Circuit, if you're in the Challenge Circuit, you get the lie grid. If you're in the Pro Circuit, which is Kinetic Elite Platinum, no lie grid. And then finally, aim marker is marker only. So the marker only and the scout camera with the UI off leads to a change that you have to do in the settings, and I'll get over that. I'll go over that here in a second. Other than that, everything else stays the same. Wind speed is displayed on Challenge Circuit, and it's meter only for the Pro Circuit. So those are the changes for the TGC Tour settings and what we're going to be playing with to kick off Season 8. So what you have to do in your normal settings, you have to go to Settings, Display in HUD, and where it says Distance Info Position, you need to put in HUD. Since the marker is now turned to UI off, before you could set this on the marker, but the marker's no longer there. The UI is off for it. So you have to put it in the HUD. So then when you see the club information and everything in the top right, it'll actually tell you the distance to the hole and the elevation change. The good thing about this change is you now don't know elevation change from tee off. But when you're hitting into the green, you can use the HUD information to know what the elevation change is to the green, to your shot. So it just adds just a little touch of difficulty, a little touch of knowledge of the course too, so that you know what tee shots you can hit and what shots you can't. But for the overall settings, that's all you need to do. You're now ready for Season 8. So go out, practice the new settings, get some course knowledge as well, see, different elevation lies and how they look from tee-offs, and you'll be ready to go. But for today's course, what we're actually going to be playing today, we are going to be playing a course that is well known by a designer. His name is Q, and the course that we're going to be playing is ZODIAC. It was just released, I think, last week, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to hop on out, see what it has in store for us, and give our thoughts and impressions of it. So let's head out into the course. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. We're taking a trek. Some actual farms around. Guessing those are probably practice greens of some sort. That's what it kind of looks like. Okay. All right, let's give her a go. See what we got. You'll be able to see the new settings in action. So, like with this shot right here, it's 1 foot down to the pin, but my landing zone is going to be probably further down than that, be my guess. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you any information in the book. I mean, I would like if it did, but unfortunately we don't have that. So you're gonna have to have some course knowledge coming into your rounds now. Of course, you don't have to. I mean, you can still just go out and shoot. It's just you might have, depending on, landing zones for tee shots, you could have some problems, coming into some fairways. All right, she's all sloping down. So now we're 11 feet up. Another thing with marker only is you don't know, the yardage that you're hitting. Like this is 192, but if I want to like partial shot, especially for putting, I think that there's going to be, like a stroke or two lost around because of these settings, which isn't going to counteract moving to pro, but it'll definitely make it a little bit better. One thing that, oh, that was ugly. One thing that I'm actually going to have to do, I need to turn the wind display off. I usually play all my practice rounds, though, with wind display on. That way I just know what the wind looks like on the course. Usually. This is some nasty wind. That was a really bad shot, too, by the way. All right, we're beating off some cobwebs here. Might actually start ourselves with a bogey, which would not be ideal. The foot down, so we got to bring it a foot back. All right. See what we get. See if we can make a big one here. And this would be making a big one. I think it's probably going to finish right, if I had to guess. It did. Wow, that's actually way too hard. We might actually be looking at a double bogey here. That would be awful. We are. Holy cow. Okay. Well, let's not do that again, huh? That is really bad. That right there would be like probably, well, maybe not a tournament killer. You can always bring it back, but. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this swing. That's a little weird. Red fasting it that bad? That's very strange. We got to get this back in order here. This would have been a really fun green to go at if I would have hit it into the fairway. Looks like it slopes out, but it's front side position. So you'd have to hit a really good shot, but it could definitely be done. Should be really good. All right, let's try to get this stroke back. See, like putting, this is where it comes into play. You're gonna have to know, you know, distances on the grids. So each grid's 3 feet, just something to keep in the back of your mind. So if you need to hit it 3 feet past the hole, you need to move it a full grid marker past the hole. That's the distance you have to aim for. 28 down. I'm gonna try to lob this thing up and see if maybe, just maybe, we can even bounce it off the fairway and onto the green. That'd be great. Nope. I got it, almost got there though. I think I probably made this pitch a little bit harder on myself than I needed it to be. Sit, if you could, just a little bit. Thank you. All right. Let's see if we can butter home. Do not give me ghost break. I'm just going to aim it over to the right because it might give me some ghost break here. It did. It did. I thought it could definitely happen. That's a bummer. That's a putt we need to make. That's a putt I won't miss again, though. Although I'll probably aim it more right and it'll break right or something. Who knows? All right, we got a 41 foot down and the wind is slightly at our back. Whew. Okay, this is gonna be a nasty one. So 14, 186. We got 195 to the hole. I think that's gonna be too much. I think this one might be good. I'm gonna de-loft just a touch. Ugh, great fasted it. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have perfect that, because that perfect might have actually went. That'd have been so close. All right, we need to bring this back 4 feet. So 3, 4. I'm gonna take a little bit off, a little bit more off because it is yellow downhill. There we go. All right. Thinking about it, I might put out just like a little addendum to my putting tutorial just to go over these new settings, maybe? I mean, I think it should be Should still be okay. You'll just have to learn distancing for the grids. And there's going to be slight guesswork, too, for some of them. Because, like, if you have 5 feet, 3 feet in between, you're going to have to do a third, so you might miss it by a little bit, you know, stuff like that. This is all about the distance. Perfect. That's beautiful. Surprisingly, I didn't have to loft it any. Ah. Just broke too much of my feet. I should have hit that a little bit harder. I kind of messed that one up a touch. This wind is definitely brutal, though. But, I mean, the high wind makes sense for, like, a default because there's 0 trees. Or, I mean, they're not 0 trees. There's some trees, but when a breeze comes in a place like this, it howls. You might have to bring a 4 in. Good line. Way short, though. We'll at least have a putt at it. Man, I should have de-lofted that. Okay. I thought for sure that that was going to make it, but it did not. All right, we need to hit this 2 up, so that's 1.5 feet. Go about there. We'll add a little bit. I shorted it. Yeah, I shorted it. I know I got the perfect distance bar, but that was off by a little bit. I shorted it. I rushed it. I found the distance that I wanted, and then I just, instead of honing it in a touch, I just kept going. All right, let's put this up into the wind and see what happens. That is exactly what you want. Oh, this thing's blasted. Oh, this thing's blasted. Woo! Here we are. DeChambeau drive. Let's go. That was a beauty. Yeah, I knew it was probably going to be a little long, but I put some spin on her. That'll work. That'll definitely work. All right, let's see if we can actually make one, though. I'm going to hit it a touch firm. It's not going that far, though, so we should be all right. There we go. All right. This course's functionality is really good. It actually plays extremely well with high wind. Which not a lot of courses do. I mean, there's some that do, but there's some that definitely do not. So to be able to play with high wind is actually a pretty good feat. This needs to land a little bit right of the hole. Oh, a little too deep. That's still not bad, though. Just a little too deep. Well, we'll have another shot at this. See, this kind of thing is where it's going to really get you on some of these. Because what you have to do, like, let's say I move this over to the left, but instead of 4 inches up, like it's showing, it becomes 6 inches up. You usually have to adjust for that in your distancing. This time, like, you won't know. You're just gonna have to eyeball it to see if you're hitting it more up the hill, because you have to put a little bit more power on it. So you're just gonna have to eyeball it. So it's gonna be a lot of, you know, front side. Maybe you'll hit it too hard though. Do backside cup. Like, there's gonna be, I think, a lot more of that than there was last season. That's for sure. So like this one in particular, it looks like we're hitting more, you know, up the hill. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more than I would have. We're hitting it straight at the cup. So I'm just gonna think that this is, we'll just say 5 inches up what we're hitting to. So we're gonna hit this 8 instead. So 3, 6, this is 9, bring it back to 8. That's where we'll hit it now. Not bad. Pretty close. If I wouldn't have hit it as hard, that actually probably would have went in. But that's all right. Still a pretty good putt. But that's where like the difference is going to be. I'm pretty excited for it. Ooh, par 5, and of course the wind is straight into our face. Of course. So we're not going to be able to get there, but we should be able to make it up nice and close, hopefully. I really like, even though there's like not a lot of trees or anything, I really like the overall aesthetic of this course. You know, just playing in the middle of people's farms, in a sense. Is that like a power station back there, too? That's what it kind of looks like. Oh man, I thought I'd actually get up more than that. Bummer. These greens are no joke. No joke at all. I gotta watch out hitting this too hard. Because it does start to slope downhill past the hole. Here we are. Really brought that back after that very bad double bogey. We brought that round back quite a bit. I'm actually extremely happy with that. We are up 12. So we're probably not going to get there unless we get just the most magical bounce in the world. I'm going to play into the wind a little bit. And we red fast it. So that ain't going anywhere. Ugh, dang it. We started out the back as we did the front. Oof, this is, this shot is a little nerve-wracking. Sit a ton. Thank you. Whew. If that would have rolled down the hill, that would have been, I would have been really sad. Oh, break. Break. There we are. All right. Man, am I going to be a better putter with these settings? Just eyeballing it instead? Well, not eyeballing it, but the distance, definitely you can't get it exact. So we've actually made some pretty big putts this round. Like some benders. That's felt really good. I'm actually glad I'm getting in a close position to practice my partial pitches here. Because Lord knows I need practice on those. Very bad. Get up! Here we are. Whew. Here we are. Oh, baby. We're on a little bit of a tear here to start off this back. Oh, let me get something like this. This is just disgusting. Uphill. The wind kind of coming back into our face. It's all about the distance. A little long. Well, that should still play nicely. That should still play nicely. Oh, gosh. All right, well, I'm going to hit this firm. This needs to essentially... It needs to hit dead center cup. Because if it didn't, that ball was rolling a ways. But I didn't want to mess. I didn't want to mess with having to hit for 3 feet, you know? I'm actually going to play this back with the wind in her, at her back. Driver just... That thing... We would have been in the bunker, or... Yeah, I just... Ugh, that could have been bad. But I will say this lie is pretty atrocious as well. 16 down, 14 mile an hour wind at our back. 16, let's just add 5, 150. All right, 5, so 123, 14. This could be all right. I'm gonna de-loft just a touch. Yeah, I felt that. Actually might have been really, really good distancing. I felt that in my swing. It was just... I babied it. It wasn't good. Can we chip one in, though? That'd be awesome. Break? Oh. Oh. That could have been good. That could have been really good. Oh, gosh. I am in between here. Okay. We're going to loft up this 3-wood. See if it can eat into the wind some. Red facet. Didn't even matter. This might actually still play okay. If it can get just the greatest roll down this hill. I didn't quite get up. That's unfortunate. That was a bad swing. Okay, it's still rolling. You don't have to. Oh, wow, this is actually kind of straight. All right, so we're 2 feet. It doesn't give exact. Oh, lordy. Okay, because is that 24 inches up? Is that 28 up? Is that 35 up? I didn't even think about that it didn't give exact. So I guess we're just gonna say it's 24, so we gotta go 36. I guess we'll try that. That seems way too hard. That seems way too hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 30. 33, 36. I'm gonna hit this, but boy, does that seem just way too hard. It was too. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about that. I just wish. Oh, I don't wish. Usually when it's that big of an elevation change, the marker that TGC Tours gives you is usually wrong. So it's like I'm gonna have to really really dial that in a little bit. I did the math right there, correct? Yeah, 12, 24. So it's 24 inches up. Take you do 1.5 to take you to 36. So you need to hit that 36 feet past. Oh my gosh, my finger slipped off. Yeah, I definitely did that right. I definitely did the math right. Gotta go 36 foot past. I went 36 foot past. So I think it just rounds. So if it rounds, that means anything above 1.5 feet will get rounded to 18 or get rounded to 2 foot. Interesting. Okay. I wonder where that starts and ends. God dang it. Like, does it do that all the way up to 1 foot? It gives you inches and then it stops? I don't know. I'll have to play it out, though. That's going to be a lot of eyeballing if it rounds. Oh, god dang it. Why do I rush this stuff sometimes? I'm flustered because now I'm thinking about math. All right, back on track. Here we go. That definitely, though, like looking at it, I'm like, oh, this looks like I'm hitting this way too hard. And I mean, I dead center cupped it, but that was definitely, I needed to bring that back probably like 8 feet, I would say, or close to. Oof, I actually got carried a bunch. Three, so we need to do 5. 3, 6, take your foot off. All right. Butter. Okay, so we end on a par 5 and a par 3. All right, ending on a par 3. That's just something you just don't see too often. But it's awfully fun when you do. Great view coming back in. Can we get there? Probably not. I don't even think we could, even if I drove it. Unless we could just run it right in between the bunkers. Wouldn't that be something? Or over him. Jessica Alba. Stop! Stop, please. All right, we'll have a chip at it at least. Eee. Dang it. Fasted the hell out of that. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. That's all right. Still got a birdie. 6 under. You know, for the double and the bogey that we've had, definitely brought it back. Oh, we're coming back into here. Okay. Down with that. Oh, touch of slow. This is really going to get ate up by the wind. I actually did not. Ooh, okay. That touch of slow actually helped us. Here we are. All right. Actually, a pretty good round considering the way it started. There you have it. The Zodiac by Q. That was a very good... I liked the entire functionality and flow of the course. Like, the course flowed good from start to finish. I'd like to do a round where the wind isn't so high, just to see how it plays without that shade of difficulty. But the fact that it played well with high wind, that's pretty good. That was really good. I really enjoyed the aesthetic. It was just like you're, I don't know, just playing out in the middle of a field through some people's farms. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Even though there like was not a whole lot of tree cover, the course still held its own type of beauty. I really thought that was good. Good job, Q. So go give it a play. Zodiac by Q. Well, for me, that's all she wrote for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Greatly appreciate it. If you made it this far and you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like on the video. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. I said I was going to do an NBA video for this weekend, but that's going to be early next week. I wanted to go over these settings that the TGC Tours put forth before I got into more NBA content. So, yeah, there's the new settings. Go forth and conquer. I will be trying to conquer when Season 8 starts. But thank you so much for giving me your time today. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will catch you on the next one.